Hello, hello, lovely creative creatures. I did put an announcement out earlier today that I am going live right now because I have some art techniques or an art technique that I really want to share with you guys. So if you haven't already, go and grab yourself a piece of paper and a pencil. And even if you're watching this not live, if you're watching the replay on this, that's fine. I'll give you a moment. Go and grab yourself a piece of paper and a pencil. You can grab a pen if you want to. Grab a sticky notepad. This is a you get to do as well live. This is not just me demonstrating or me talking. I want you guys to get involved. So quickly run off, grab a piece of paper. No fancy sketchbook needed. No fancy sketching pencils needed. Just grab yourself a piece of paper, even if it's lined paper. It doesn't matter. This technique is going to work for you anyway, regardless of the paper that you've got, regardless if it's a pen and a sticky note, it doesn't matter. But today I wanted to share a Monday memory with you. Now, not my memory. This is an activity that you can do with art to help improve your memory and help improve your art techniques. So I'm going to give you a little sneaky peek first. Let me flip this camera around. This is a little scene that I have set up for you, and I'm going to get you guys to draw this. However, flicking back now to me, however, the trick is you don't get to draw and look at it at the same time. This is the Monday memory. So it's an activity each Monday for all of October that I've been doing with the Art for You group members, and simply you get yourself a still life set up or an object set up and you look at it for a while, and then you don't look at it, and then you look at it and don't look at it. So I'm going to talk you through this. So get your piece of paper, get your pencil or pen set up. I'm going to flick it around. Now, the thing I need you to do is be honest with yourself. Don't make any drawing marks while you can see the image. If you can see the image on your screen, don't draw. I just need you to look. So I'm going to flick around again, and we're going to have a look at this image. So this is just the little still life I've got set up. Now, don't draw, don't draw, don't draw. What you're going to do is you're going to kind of slightly squint down. And when you squint down, you lose some of the detail. So you're removing all of the extra information that your brain wants to take in, and you're just seeing big shapes of tones, and that's it. So big shapes. So if we squint down, we've got nice big darks here. We've got a big sort of sway of middle tones. Even this nice little middle tone rectangle in here. Actually, this whole shape in through between the tube of paint, palette knife, and my medium jar, which you can see is nice and dirty. I was using that earlier. Squinting down, you get to see these marks and shapes. So once again, do yourself a favor. Don't draw while you're looking at this. I just want you to squint down, and squint down, and just think about where these shapes are placed compared to each other. So I'm going to give you a moment. I'll just gently and softly talk, squinting down, thinking, where is this dark mark and that nice light, almost triangle between the jar and the tube of paint. Thinking about the angled line from the top tip of the palette knife right down to the end. Squinting down, squinting down. When you squint down, there's a lot of dark tones from the handle right through into the medium jar. They're quite a dark tone. They're not as light as this medium tone. They're a lot darker. So squint down. Don't think about you're going to draw a palette knife or you're going to draw a tube of paint that's balancing on a jar of medium. That's not what you're thinking. I want you to just squint down and see the abstract shapes. Squinting down. Are you doing that, guys? Are you doing that? All right, wonderful. Now what I want you to do is just close your eyes for a few seconds, and I want you to have a mental image of the scene in front of you. Just picture what you've seen in the abstract shapes and tones that you've just been looking at. Can you see that mental picture? All right, open up your eyes again and just correct your mental picture. Once again, having a look, even actually making a note as to this dark end shape, how far out it comes compared to the jar and the shadow of the jar. Have a look at how much higher this black, slightly rounded shape is above compared to the jar lid. Squinting down still. Don't draw, don't draw, don't draw. Okay, close your eyes one more time again and just think about that mental picture you're making. I want you to have that mental photograph. Get that mental photograph. Can you see the shapes and the shadows? Yep. Open your eyes up. Open your eyes up. All right, you've got your pencil, you've got your paper. I'm going to give you just a few seconds. I'm going to flip it back around so there's no cheating. Now you've got a mental picture. Just start making some marks on that piece of paper where you saw some of those bigger shapes. Once again, don't think about drawing a tube of paint or a palette knife because your brain's going to instantly want to tell you how it looks. But the brain doesn't actually know really what you were looking at. It just wants to simplify it. But you know what you've seen. So think about closing down. Think about that dark angled line underneath the palette knife and that foreground as well. Think about, hey Jenny, think about that almost bright triangular, distorted triangular shape that was between the tube of paint and the jar as well. Close your eyes and pull up that mental photo that you took if you're a bit lost on the paper. I am going to flick it around in just a minute as well. And if you're on, say hello, let me know if you're actually doing this as well. Go in the comments box and let me know if you're doing this. All right, now what I'm going to have you do is pop your pencil down again just for a moment. I'm going to give you another glimpse at the picture. Pop your hands on your heads just so you don't get tempted. Do yourself a favor and don't draw while you see it. So once again, squint down. Get your eyes a little bit squinted to remove some of those extra details. And think again, you're correcting this mental picture that you're taking. Did you get this distance in between? Have you actually seen this lovely rectangle tone that you've got that's dividing the two objects? Hey Malia, have you got your pencil and paper out? I hope you have. Even actually having a look at the width of this jar. Where is it intersecting in these sections of the palette knife? Because I know we have like a light bit that's dividing the palette knife. So squint down again. No drawing just yet. We're just looking, just going to look at this piece, getting that lovely mental photo. Get that mental photo. Close your eyes. Can you see those shapes? Can you see how that darker tone of the medium jar blends into that dark tone of the handle of the palette knife? Can you see that big shape? Open your eyes again and have a look at the image in front of you. Once again, not drawing, just having a look. Correct your mental photo. Correct your mental photo. Have a look how high the lid of the tube of paint stands up. All right, I'm going to flick you back to me. Now, I want you to, if you need to, close your eyes again so you can actually get that mental photo in your head. Get that photo. You are actually really good. Like everyone's eyes are very good at capturing all of that information. And then we can recall it a lot better when we just close our eyes. If you've got a really good mental photo, go to your piece of paper with your pencil. And like, we're not talking about architectural drawing here. I'm not asking you to, rebirth Da Vinci in these few minutes, but just make some sketch marks. Just make some marks and some placements, but do it from that shape and tone point of view, not the specific objects. And once again, if you've lost that image because our eyes are open, you're taking in more information, you just might need to close your eyes again and bring up that mental photo, and then you can open your eyes and sketch again. So what we're going to do is I'm going to give you one more glimpse at the actual still life. So this should hopefully be your second time. I'm not too sure when you guys came on board, but I'm glad to see you all there. And again, in the comments box, let me know if you are participating in this. And of course, if there's someone that you reckon is going to have fun with this or get some use out of this and really sort of help improve their observation and their drawing, share it with them, tag them in the comments as well, get them on board. So I know you guys have been doing some sketching. I'm going to flick the image back around so you can have another look. Once again, don't get your pencil to your paper while you're seeing the image. Have a look. You can look at your image with the image in front, but don't draw and make corrections there. I just want you to gather information, gather that understanding of where those tones and those shapes are placed, How is your photographic memory? How is that photo in your mind going with this scene? Have you been squinting down? Are you making those corrections? Couple more seconds. I'm going to flick you back, and this can be this last moment that makes some of those final corrections. Once again, we're not after Da Vinci. We're after a bit of fun, a bit of simple, harmless drawing fun that's actually going to get your brain just pumping. I'm going to flick you guys back to me. I'd have to say well done. I don't know how many of you have done this, but I'm really hoping a few of you have just been getting involved into looking, even if you weren't drawing, even if you weren't quick enough to run off and grab a piece of paper and a pencil. If you guys were squinting down and actually seeing these shapes and then closing your eyes and visualizing that image that you were seeing, just that alone, that trains you for appreciating art. Even if you're just looking at art, you don't have to be an artist to do these techniques. It heightens your awareness. So even when you're out and around, you know, I'd say in Melbourne when we're walking the city streets, but I haven't been in Melbourne all of this year, and we all know why. But it gets your brain cells strong and connecting, and it improves your awareness and your mindfulness, and it actually trains your eyes to start to look at shapes and tones. And it's harmless fun to it. You're not expecting to grab these drawings and hang them in a frame and put them in a museum. Just do them. You know, before you start dinner, pop 3 of your ingredients on a cutting board and just give yourself 30 seconds to look at it, a couple seconds in between to close your eyes, 30 seconds to start to draw, 30 seconds to look at it again and just correct your photo in your mind as well. And do that like 3 times. Do that about 3 times. And your awareness of shape and position and tone, that rapid tonal variation. I'm not talking about all the subtle tones. I'm talking, you know, break it down into your 3 main tones, your mids, your darks, and your lights. You become really heightened aware of what they actually are. And it's going to take you maybe 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes. So I'm pretty sure that your cooking can wait for 2 minutes, just while you get fiddly with all of that. I'm really glad you like that, Jenny, as well. So what I would love, like once again, even if you guys are watching this on the replay, I would love all of you, if you do this, not even with this subject, you don't have to do my particular still life. Anything that you are doing at home, set your own up. And I'm saying 3 objects because they just create a really nice, easy, triangular sort of balance, which is just a nice, really simple go-to composition. If you're not sure about how to compose, go with 3 items. Create like a triangle. That's a nice simple way to compose something. But please, I'm rambling, but what I want you to get to is share. Please, with this post, I would love in the comments box for you guys to share your drawings. There is no judgment. Seriously, the actual doing part, if I could elephant stamp all of your hands just for doing, I would seriously come around, I would break, you know, our lockdown code here in Melbourne just to come and give you guys elephant stamps. If you all just do one of them, either this one or your own, and just share them in the comments here so we can see, and write a little comment about how you found, you know, you saw shapes better, or you liked how you composed yours, or, you know, simply for the fact you just grabbed a pen and a sticky note, and just simply understanding grabbing any material that makes a mark works. So I really love that you guys have joined me for this. It's something that I was really pleased to share with you. This is Monday Memory, and it is something that every week, every month in our Art for You group, we do some of these quirky things, and it changes, and it's just a group of, look, I like to say, you know, supportive and engaging, which they are, but it's way more than that. Like they have just become such an amazing group. They've developed these amazing friendship relationships, a bunch of people who like art and don't know each other. That is what the Art for You group is. We want you to come and join us. We want you to share your work so we can then share your journey with us. Honestly, you will have so much fun in this Art for You group. And just little art hints and tricks and ideas and playing with different medium is what is suggested each day, each week, each month. And you don't have to do it but at least it's something there that if you're not sure what to do, you've got a kind of a guide. So I am putting the link for the Art for You group in the descriptions, and join us. You will love it, and absolutely try this Monday memory on any day of the week. Make every day a Monday and do this Monday memory. Squint down, see shapes and tones, and try and draw it from your memory. You will thank me for it, I promise you. Thank you again for joining me. I can't wait to see all of your Monday memory sketches in the comments. And once again, share this with people you know is going to have a lot of fun with it. Mwah. Thank you for joining me. Happy arting, everyone.